Welcome, everybody, to our first session of our second campaign. I am Ben. I will be the DM for this campaign. Next to me on the screen is Joel. Below me is Brendan. And currently, the brown screen is Brian. He'll turn on his camera when he's ready. But I'm really excited to be DMing this, and we'll just get started. So this is our first session, so we don't really have any sort of recap of previous episodes that we need to do, but we'll let everyone introduce their characters shortly as we get on the road. So first of all, I'd like all three of you to please roll me an initiative to decide who's going to be showing up first.
That is a 19 on the dice, and I have there's no initiative right now. No plus my initiative, so straight 19.
10? Just a straight 10?
Straight 10. Well, if we're not counting dexterity, there's no fate multiplier, so it's a 10.
Brian?
Straight D20 roll is 11.
Okay. So, Joel, what is your character's name for the class?
My name is Dolmek Algioth, but I go by Murph.
So, Dolmek, or Murph, you'll be traveling from Baldur's Gate. It's been a long journey. The weather's gotten a little bit rainy, so you come across a tavern right on the edge of the Cloakwood, and you decide that you'll go in and stay there for the night. As you approach the tavern, you encounter a gruff-looking, large half-orc bouncer standing in the front, and you notice peculiarly this tavern has two doors, one on either side. There's a sign that the orc is standing behind, and it says locals, and with an arrow going one way, and out-of-towners with an arrow going the other. And he says,
looks like you've been traveling all day. I don't think I've seen you before, so I assume you're not a local. So,
No. I'm on my way to Candlekeep.
Well, welcome to the Two-Sided Tavern. I suggest you get in out of this rain, eh?
Yeah, yes, that would be most fortuitous. Thank you.
Yeah. You'll see. This is a little bit different of a tavern. It's where the two doors. The proprietor decided that people needed to get to know each other better. So we have different events every night based off of different themes. So, if you would, to the out-of-towners side.
Right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay.
And he's walking off. He starts muttering to himself. He's like, the tavern doors look worn and well-weathered, and then he just mutters off as he goes on inside. He's like, it should be a place for me to dry off my research and give to it. And the door shuts behind him.
You don't see this, but the bouncer leans forward and looks to either side, and he goes.
And as I walk inside, I'm muttering again to myself in this. I'm like, smoke fills the air as I look around to these strange patrons from all sides, from all corners of the continent. And I wonder, will I be able to find someone? And as I mutter all the way up to the bar, and as soon as I get up there, I'm like, excuse me, may you have some, just water?
The bartender looks at you for a second and goes,
Cleric, are you?
Yes.
Yeah, fine.
Here you go.
And I pick the glass up and I look at it and again start self-narrating. The glasses are unwashed, and then I notice her looking at it. I'm like, thank you, and I walk off and go sit down at a table in the corner where I begin laying out all these journals of pictures of flowers that I've drawn and plants, and I'm like laying them out, making sure they're not wet and fussing over them.
All right. Then, with that, since Joel has decided to take up a corner of the room with his research projects, we'll go to.
It's not a lot. It's like 3 pages that I'm just making sure.
We'll go next to. I believe Brian, you said you had an 11, right?
I think actually that Brendan goes before me.
Okay. Well, we'll do that then. Brendan. On to your character. Same sort of situation as Joel. You're coming up on it's rainy. You're just from escaping from Baldur's Gate, and you come across this tavern.
You have any rooms for the night?
Yeah, I believe we've got some left. Most people, it's a bit quiet for the night, so I think there should be rooms. But I'm not the one that gives you one, so you'll have to talk to the barkeep inside.
That works for me.
Again, pretty sure I haven't seen you before, but I'm sure can you read?
I can read.
All right, out of towners that way.
Is this some kind of social mixer?
You could put it that the proprietor has some strange taste, and he thought it'd be fun to have events on bar nights. So
I'm supposing we can't really abstain from that.
I mean, you can, but it's not really in the spirit of fun, is it?
No, it's not. All right.
All right. Then finally, I guess, what do you do when you walk in the bar?
I'm probably going to find the nearest corner where I can face the door.
I see. The nearest corner that's facing the door is occupied by a tiefling that has a bunch of notes on plants and drawings of plants in front of him.
Are you going to be using that second chair?
Oh no! It's yours. Let me move some of my things, and I'm gonna move the drier ones and start stacking them up together.
You writing a book or something? That's a lot of paper.
Oh no! I do research. I was raised by a woman who had a quite unique garden, and I understand going to Candlekeep you need to provide some form of information. So this is my information.
You're going to Candlekeep too.
You want to see? I'll show you about the moonflower roses. Do you want to see it and hear about their properties? They're remarkable species.
Are they expensive?
I suppose maybe.
That sounds interesting to me.
I have never thought of selling one. Who would buy a flower? I mean, they're nature's gifts. Who would buy a flower? I've never thought about that. Do people normally buy flowers?
Ever been on a date?
What's a date?
Never mind.
Right.
I love that. So with that interaction, finally we'll have Brian enter the come up to the tavern. Would you like to introduce your character, Brian? Ooh,
Yes.
your camera. Is he in costume? I hope he's in costume. Oh my goodness!
Here we go.
Oh,
I fucking hoped this was what it was going to be.
The Devout versus Depraved Knight is another one, but I assume with all that exposed skin, you probably want to get out of the rain. Yes. Not much of a talker, are we? Well, as you see, the bartender kind of looks you up and down. It's like, can you read the sign?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I definitely know I haven't seen you around before, so if you could go to the outer towners side for me, please. Okay.
And I'll walk past him and go in the sign.
And then just as you're walking through the door, you're just like,
bunch of fucking weirdos here tonight.
I turned back to him after hearing that. I walked back over to him. And can you describe the man a little bit more? Like, what does he look like?
He is a very large, very beefy orc bouncer.
Okay, does he have like a beard or anything? Like, what are we talking here?
So he's got
like a shirt.
He's got a big black, heavily braided beard. He's got like massive like this dude's like obviously like he's scarred up. He's seen some time. You know, he's not a stranger to a fight.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to like pull him into me and I'm going to give him a kiss on both cheek and I'm going to say, "Nice to meet you." And I'll walk back. No.
Okay, what do you do when you enter the tavern?
I look
light.
for the.
It's early in the night. It's just the fact that it's raining is kind of like got a couple people inside. It's like there's not really much going on the other side of the bar. I forgot to describe what's going on. So when you walk into this bar, there's basically two identical halves to the tavern, separated by a bar on either side with a bartender serving in the middle. So and like you can't go to either side. So that's what you see when you walk in, and there's maybe one or two other patrons currently. There's like one other guy on the out of towner side, and there's like a few like farmer like miner types or workman types on the other side.
Okay.
And obviously the other two characters that have already been introduced. I don't think I have to describe them to you.
Okay. Well, I kind of want to keep my distance for the moment to kind of like watch everyone else. So I'm going to make my way over to the table with the two loners sort of thing, because it seems like the best vantage point to kind of keep an eye on everything else.
Okay. Murph, Mop, are you guys doing anything, or did you remark on the entrance of this interestingly dressed character that walked into the bar?
Yeah, and he's going to sit down at the table with you guys.
Oh,
the table with the two loners.
Gotcha.
You sit next to it? You sit right next to us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just don't say anything. You just sit down.
So, he doesn't say anything at all?
Doesn't sound like it.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a look and then like go back to muttering to doing my papers. But then under my breath you hear him say, "It looks like a man walks in, bearing an angelic lineage, which might be quite interesting to my infernal lineage. This might be interesting." And then he looks around to see if anybody said if anybody noticed, and then gets back to nervously shoveling his papers.
I'm gonna look to the left of
hello?
to the right of me.
Or are you in the? Whose side did you stay? Did you sit on? Gideon.
Gideon will sit on the left side of Brendan.
So he's on the other side of Mop. Okay.
Yeah, Mop.
It's like a metaphor or something.
Hello. My name is Murph. Who might both of you be?
You go first.
I just did.
Not you.
My name is Murph.
No, the one who glows.
Oh. Yes.
They call me Gideon.
Oh, did I do it wrong? Well, they call me Murph.
I grab you and I kiss both of your cheeks, and I will say, "Nice to meet you, Murph."
I will then. I'm like, I'm learning so many things, and I will reach over to what is it, Mop? Is that your name?
That's the one I'll let you call me.
Okay, I reached over and I'm like, oh, well then, and I grab your face and I kiss both your cheeks.
And as he's
I'm
kissing like your
"It's good
cheeks,
to
like
meet
I'm on
you."
the other side kissing the other cheek at the same time, and then we switch.
I'm learning
I
so
don't know if
many
you guys-
things.
Can I get perception
didn't
checks
expect
from everybody?
I didn't expect so many intimate moments so soon. What am I doing?
Perception checks from everybody.
15.
19.
That's a 16 on the die, and I think I've got like a plus.
Okay. Yeah,
what,
you all
3 or
clock it.
20?
You see, if you notice over by the bar, the bartender's like standing there, like cleaning a glass, just like.
And I noticed this, so I'm like, oh right. And I get up and I walk over there and I go to the bartender.
No.
And I try to grab them. I'm like, I'm sorry to be rude. I'm learning your customs. And I'm
It's
trying to
not-
kiss the
not-
bartender on the cheek.
Not our customs.
But what do you mean, not your custom?
That's-
This gentleman just came in and kissed me on the cheek. And
Yeah,
That's-
what
that's how
part
you
of
treat it.
out of towners didn't you understand?
I'm gonna come over to Murph and be like, we don't do that here.
oh, apologies.
Anyway, are your
And then I'm gonna, as I'm walking back, I'm like, it appears that customs change from person to person, and confusion is the coin of the realm in this area.
Yeah.
Now whenever I mutter, you guys can all hear me, clear as day. So
the bartender's just
apparently
like,
kissing people on the face is wrong.
I already thought you were
What
weird
is it?
before I heard that, so
Right. I'm sorry, I was talking to myself again.
I'm not gonna kiss you.
okay.
Well, now I just feel like someone's only halving it.
So, as you guys are kind of getting to know each other a little bit, all of a sudden, like the tavern's kind of like filled up a little bit more, and as you all of a sudden a man steps out through a curtain in the back of the bar, like in the back of the room. He's kind of like very fancifully dressed, and he's rings a bell that's right by the curtain as he walks in. He goes,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Two-Sided Tavern, or Two Doors Tavern. Tonight, we're doing, as usual, we've got our two sides, and we're going to have our first game of the evening. And as our first contest of the night, we will be having an arm wrestling contest.
and as he's saying this, both bars start like going down, like descending into the floor, and a table like rises up in the middle of the room.
So now you know how this goes. Some of you, anyway. I know we've got some out-of-towners who may not have heard of us. Tonight will be arm wrestling. There's no prize, so to speak, but it's all in good fun. See, I started this bar a long time ago, and I thought it'd be interesting to have people forge more stronger relationships with each other between strangers if we kind of mix things up every night. So, like I said, tonight will be arm wrestling. So, I need a challenger from this side and a challenger from that side. Oh, no, don't be shy. I see there's not many of you over here, so which one of you three would like to join this event?
Can I like prod Gideon?
Yes, you in the interesting garb, please step up. And then
I reach over to Gideon and I'm like, good luck, and I'll touch him and I'm gonna cast guidance on him as he does it.
He misses it. So it's all good. But as you look, and it's like kind of like the out of town, the townies that knew like was they didn't know what was going on. But they all kind of huddled up, and then like all of a sudden like this huge dude with one giant arm, and he has a blacksmith's apron, stands up, and he's like walks up to the table and sits down.
It's nice to meet you.
And I kiss him on both cheeks, and I say, "Nice to meet you."
Anyway,
So you get down, and Brian.
Have you ever heard that song? Oh, you touch my tra-la-la. That is what I'm imagining the energy that fucking Brian's putting out right now. That Gideon's just like, do, 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 do. It's just like pelvic thrusting everywhere he's going.
So Brian,
Good thing you guys can't see below the camera.
So Gideon, what I need from you now is we're going to do 3 different rounds of contested athletics checks. So we'll roll our first one right now.
All right.
So you guys sit down at the table, and the guy puts his like massive, like, this dude is like very obviously just like all he does is like beat metal all day. He's got like one gigantic arm and like one like normal sized arm.
Very good.
Murph, I think I'll read that stuff about flowers now.
Oh, which one? The one about the moon?
It doesn't matter. It does. Just give me anything.
Oh, okay. I rough through my papers, and I hand you one. It's about a thorny little plant that the black like peony, like little tiny flower on it. It's called the Knight's Kiss, and it's highly poisonous.
You know what? I'm going to keep reading this.
No, it's a very interesting flower. It can kill a full-grown man in 4 minutes.
Do you know where this is?
In my mother's garden. Not my actual mother. My actual mother is, that's a long story. But anyway, yes.
What's the market price for some of this?
Why would you buy? Hold on. There's things going on over here. I'm going to check. I don't know how to answer this question.
You have fun. I'll read up.
And I'm very uncomfortable by the idea of money, like the idea of like buying this stuff. I've never thought of selling any of this stuff.
That's okay, Murph. I got it.
Okay. Well, thank you. And I go. I'm watching the competition right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Mop is not watching the competition.
So first athletics check then?
Yes, first athletics check.
Okay. That's an 8 plus 2, so 10.
So immediately you guys clash, and it's very evenly matched. So neither way is kind of giving way to the other. It's a pretty even match. So we're gonna go to the second check here. Oh my gosh.
8.
Okay, so this guy he again, it's still evenly matched, but it's starting to waver back towards. You're starting to gain a little bit of ground on him. You're about halfway. You've got his arm about halfway over. Oh my gosh! I rolled a 3, and a 5. FYI. I gave him a plus
excellent.
2.
I just want to point out,
I gave him a
Brian.
+2 modifier.
Brian, you have guidance. Don't forget.
Oh well.
Oh,
Which is
I
a
don't think he
D4.
even needed it. He didn't need it. So he's like,
all right.
So as the final thing is basically like the guy's like trying as hard as he can, and he's like looking up at you. It's like, because I assume, are you like a very muscular looking individual, or are you kind of like rock climber, like wiry looking?
He's a little bit more spindly. Not necessarily like I would say his body is well toned, but not particularly muscular in any particular.
So this,
like, you know what I'm saying? He's not like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's more like Michael Phelps sort of.
So this guy's got like a Arnold Schwarzenegger arm, and he's just like looking like up and down at you. And he's like, "What are you?" He's like, as you smash his hand down, and he's like, and then Noon Fantasia, the half elf, goes like, excellent, what a good show. Thank you to you. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be continuing these festivities more later, but we'll wait for more of a crowd to arrive next. So,
I will go up to the
Bartender.
guy who's announcing everything, and I will kiss him on both cheek, and I'll be like, "Nice to meet you."
and he just giant belly laugh. He's like, "I like you, friend," and he like returns the gesture. He's like, "Nice to meet you," and he like turns around as you walk away. He's like, "Bartender, a round for him." So, you guys do anything after this, or just kind of keeping to yourselves, or?
So, which one of the two of you is next?
For arm wrestling or the kissing part or drinking? Or are we
Dealer's
gonna arm
choice.
wrestle, kiss, then drink?
Dealer's choice.
You know I gave you a spell to help you. Did you use it? I've never done it before.
The real magic was inside of our friendship.
Are both of
friends
you
already.
Duke Nukem?
We're friends. I've never had. So he's like sitting there smiling and like,
I like the cut of your jib.
Listen,
why do I feel like you're just random video game sound bites?
Gideon, you kiss enough people, you're gonna get punched in the face. This is the Sword Coast. I don't know where you're from, but that might not be a good idea.
Violent? Wait. People get aggressive. People hit you for kissing?
People hit you because they don't like you.
How are babies
Why would
made
they-
here then?
That's gonna require some mail.
Well, I
Maybe-
can tell you.
maybe
I
2
read about how
rounds.
babies are made. So, what I
Nobody
understand
kisses
is the
you?
man,
Murph,
has a penis, and that woman has. And so, what you do is the penis will go in the vagina. There is a release of a fluid, and that is how babies are formed.
I'm getting it
Now,
right.
how
That's the end of our Twitch stream. Good night, everybody.
Get there. You don't know how baby.
Murph,
You are speak not literally. You actually
do
know how
you
baby-
drink? Do you consume alcohol?
No,
Damn.
I've never actually baby.
It's a wonderful night to try.
So as the night progresses, Mr. Fantasia comes out. He's like, "Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another one of our events. And next up, it's an ale guzzling contest. Now, which one of you?
What contest? Did you hear what he said? What did he say? Contest? What?
Ale guzzling.
An ale guzzling contest. Now is a perfect time. I volunteer. I volunteer. You said it's a good night to try, and then I stand up and you're like, today Murph becomes a man. Murph is
Okay,
stepping into the world of new experiences and new. Oh yeah, what?
Murph,
Here's what I do.
No,
When he stands up to get all he's gonna go do his drinking contest, I want to give a persuasion check to him and use the guidance on that to psych him up. Like, I'm gonna be like, you got this.
Okay. All right.
All right. I'm like jazzed now.
Murph, think about every drink as like
You need new dice, Brendan.
it's a really minor poison, And just think of every mug you're draining is just, I don't know, one of those weird flowers in your not mother's garden.
So every drink could possibly kill me in 4 minutes?
It accumulates, I guess. It's really weak. If you were around that poison a lot, who knows?
How will I know if I'm poisoned?
You'll feel like you can do anything. And you'll be really funny and really smart.
So
Right,
what was
okay.
That, what was that
All right,
total,
all right.
Brian?
All right, I've got this.
16. Or, I'm sorry, 14.
14. Okay. With that, Joel will get advantage on the first 2 rolls. First roll. If it was like a nat 20, you would have gotten advantage on everything. But all right. So for this,
As I come up, I'm like psyching myself up, and I'm casting guidance on myself.
so as you approach again, there's a table and it's got 5 ales. There's actually 10 total ales on this table in the middle of the room, like in a row, and you see like the crowd of townies kind of like huddles up, and then all of a sudden they like look over and there's like a guy like sleeping in the corner, and they go over and like kick him, and he stands and he's like stands up and he's like a little bit wobbly, but he's got this like, he's got bright red cheeks, he's like very like, he looks like a seasoned drinker type of person. He's still a little wobbly, but like Mop and Gideon, you would be able to tell like this guy can fucking drink.
Okay.
So as you walk up, so I'm going to need 5 Constitution checks from you, Joel. I'll need one more D20. So it'll be 5 separate, 5 con checks, and I need the total.
Okay. So that's $56. Did I get advantage on one?
Oh, you did get advantage on one. So
okay. Well, then hold on.
Reroll the lowest one.
My lowest was a 3, and I re-rolled it to a 22. So,
all right. So your initial
56
total, you would have lost.
56 becomes 65.
Yeah,
No,
so-
75.
So your first total you would have lost, but you just basically you surprisingly, I was like, I don't know why, maybe maybe Murph's really good at chugging water. He's used to being dehydrated or something, so he downs the first one at the same time as the guy like chug chug chug. You like keep pace with the guy, and like the whole crowd's like muttering, like they've never seen him lose before. Like they're like,
Yeah.
Did you add your con mod to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I got all those.
Okay. So this guy, he gets right up to the end, and then like
These weren't saving throws. No, never mind. It doesn't matter. So.
No, it's just straight constitution, not a save. It's a check. And you get right, like the guy is like slowing down. Maybe he already had a few too many tonight, so he wasn't like prepared for the ale drinking contest. And right as you hit the end, you slam your last beer down, upside down, right as this guy's like finishing up, and you're like, and he looks down, looks at you, shrugs, and downs it. But what I need for you to do now is make a final Constitution save.
10.
That's total?
10 total.
This is a saving throw.
I don't have... It's still a 10. I rolled a 7 with a +3.
So for the rest of the night, you are going to be drunk.
And as I turn to walk, like as I'm done, I turn to walk and I stumble and I'm like, I've been poisoned! And I immediately fall to the ground and begin like praying. And I'm like, I can't feel. Mom, is this what death feels like?
Murphy, you're not gonna.
Mop, are you going to do anything about this? He hasn't even gotten back to the table yet.
Murph,
Oh yeah.
Murph, look
It's
at me.
blurry.
Look
It's
at me.
going dim. What?
You're not gonna die.
But you said I felt powerful, and then that's how you can tell the poison kicks in.
Do you feel powerful?
I do. I feel like I can do anything except survive because I'm poisoned.
So I need you to do that at a table with us. And I'll get a bucket. And I'll get you some water.
But water, yes,
So-
water.
So
That sounds.
he's not like pukey drunk. He's just like drunk. Like he's feeling really, really hard. Like he's stumbling. He's like
It's
slurring
a
his
long-
words a little bit.
And as
It's a long
as
evening.
he's-
I mean, it's ale, so it hasn't really kicked
walks-
in yet. He just thinks it has.
Yeah, it's a long evening.
And as you're going up to get it, you hear Murph mutter to himself, "Today is the day that Murph became a man. Too bad it's his last day on this world." And then he just kind of like slumps back and just giggles to himself.
Mmm. All right, Murph.
I'm poisoned. He looks over at Gideon. He's like, "Poison."
Take this water. Drink the water. And
I will slam the water.
I'll gather your notes so they don't get wet.
Catch the notes.
Just relax. I'm
I'm
absolutely
very-
going to be rifling through his shit as he's drunk.
It's just
Kinda like-
plants.
Wanting to find out more poisons. So, again,
50%
the night
they're all
kind of proceeds a little bit. Murph is very obviously like mumbling to himself, like, "Please, I'm too young to die. I have too much work to do."
I have too much work.
I
I've never
imagine
known the
Gideon's
touch
just-
of a woman.
Imagine Gideon's just like standing there, like sitting there straight back, like not making any conversation, just like a statue.
DM, I would actually like to. I'd like to try to get him some of this thing that I know. It's this herbal remedy. It's called coffee.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I don't know if that's a thing in the Sword Coast or not, but we're gonna.
If
roll
only
for it.
you were the DM that could make it up.
I'm gonna decide if it's a thing or not.
So I mean, we're towards the south of the Sword Coast.
Yeah. So it's a 14. So I'm gonna say.
It's 10.
Yes. You mean coffee?
Hmm.
Yeah, I could tell your friend wasn't exactly seasoned. We still can't believe you beat Bob over there. That was wild. Like, that guy's never lost. I think he's passed out, but he did cry a little bit when he went back to his corner.
Hmm.
And do I hear him say he did cry?
Roll me a perception check.
Disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
That was oh my god! So my first roll was a 17, and my next one was a 19. So with my
Nice.
plus perception, that's a +3. All right, so 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
You heard it.
All right. I was like, "It was an honor to be poisoned alongside of you, sir."
He's like snoring in the corner, just like.
Oh, he has passed on. Touches the circle
No, you
of
can
grief.
very obviously tell that he's like he is just like snoring up a storm. Like he's not dead. He's snoring hard.
He's not passed on. He's sleeping the sleep of the dead. Yes. I'm trying to stumble over and see if I can help him.
You can't go to the
Now.
other side of the bar.
Huh?
You can't go to the other side of the tavern. It's divided by the
The
bars.
townies.
Oh, well, then, sorry. Best of luck to you, sir.
He like goes to stand up and Mop pulls him back down.
Murph, don't leave the table. Sit down.
This place is exceedingly weird.
Yes.
That's because you're in it.
So, and then, as I said, a little bit of time has passed on again, and we're going to go to the announcer comes out and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, our final event of the evening."
I'll do it. Whatever.
A competitor cannot
You won't let me.
No, down.
I'm sorry. You won't let me.
Drink this water.
There's more water here.
Is your friend doing okay, gentlemen?
He'll live.
Okay. Anyway, our final event of the evening, we will be having a interesting event. It will be regards to the taming of a giant boar.
He said giant boar.
So since your table has been rather busy this evening, how about you, as the final participant, join us tonight, young man?
And he points straight at you, Mop.
You can do it. You can do it. I survived being poisoned. You can do it.
I don't think I've ever seen one before.
Oh, don't worry, it's just Bessie. You won't get hurt.
I'm gonna lean over to Gideon and be like, "What is he talking about?"
Yeah, fine.
All right.
Bessie.
All right. So,
That
for
doesn't
this,
help me at all. It doesn't help me, not even a little bit.
For this competition, your mission will be to attempt to ride Bessie,
and it's like this giant, basically like instead of a table like before, this like ring, you know, like when have you seen those like bull riding thing, like inflatable bull riding things?
Yeah.
Like pops up, but it's like a big fence comes up around it, and there's like this like in a puff of smoke, this giant boar pops up in the middle of it, and it's like he's got some big tusks, and he's just like,
Hey, get in! It's a boar! It's a boar! He was talking about a boar.
it's like, you will ride this boar, and the longest time wins. Don't worry, we have healers on standby.
Good grief.
As he's standing up, I'm like, I can heal you. If you need it, I can do it.
all right.
You're gonna be just fine.
All right. Who am I facing now? A gymnast?
No, you see a dude that's like very obviously like Aragorn-esque, like ranger, like stands up, like.
This guy's got more hair in his chest than in my entire body.
I mean, of course, you'll be fine.
You don't need hair to hold on to things. You need hands. Yeah. Hands.
Well, I guess it's a fair fight then.
Yeah. And I'm going to go up and put both of my hands on his shoulders and cast guidance. And I'll be like, you've got this. You can do it. I have faith in you. And Share 9's got faith in you too, maybe. Or you, if you're elvish. But you don't look elvish, so she might not. But anyway, good luck.
All right, so for this one, I would need you have the option of making a animal handling check to grant yourself advantage on the.
Not gonna have that.
Yep, I mean you can try. How's your wisdom?
Give me a +2 modifier.
Yeah, you've got guidance. So so the ranger he stands there and he's just like lets you go first.
It's a 12 on animal handling.
Total with the guidance.
Yeah, you know what? That's pre-guidance. What is that? Just like an extra D6 or
D4?
D4. It is a D4. Okay. 14. 14.
All right. You just made the cut to get an advantage on your checks. So basically how this is going to work is you're going to roll consecutive. You can choose dexterity or strength checks. And you're going until you don't pass a 15.
Gonna be dex.
Okay. So, first roll.
That's an 11.
So you get on the boar and immediately the boar like and just like bucks, and you just like go flying into this like blown up like fence post. You don't take any damage because you didn't fail it too bad, but you just like immediately get bucked off. But now we're gonna see the how the ranger does. Okay, so he does pass his animal handling. So
let me guess, he also like throws his hair back as he does it.
But he also instantly gets bucked off. Like, you guys are the same amount of time. He's like, well, that wasn't very fun. How about you do it again?
All right. I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna like, I take mop and I say, sweep the leg.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's. You have one more chance at a animal handling check. And guidance is just for one, right? Or is it like a 10-minute thing?
No, it's just
It's
a
just
one
yeah,
ability.
Okay. Yeah.
That'd be awesome if
I
it
was
was like
thinking
the whole
I was thinking of heroism.
So this one's animal handling, or is this dex?
You're doing animal handling first.
Okay. Ooh, that's an 18.
Oh my. So basically, Mop, you're more determined now. You're like, I'm going to prove this. And you walk up to that boar, and you sweep the front fucking leg, grab it by the tusks, and jump up on behind it. Now I need your first roll, and you have advantage this time.
17.
17.
And a 13. So we'll go 17.
Okay, so then you roll it again. You're making each check with advantage. So you're just trying to see how long. You're basically rolling until you fail, and each one gets advantage. So like you swept the leg up. The boar's like, and then you've got a hold of the tusks, and you're just like.
Okay, so the first round was a 17. The second round with advantage, I got a 20.
Okay. So keep rolling. So you're like, this is 2 rounds now. You've stayed on there for 12 seconds at this point.
I did not get past 2 rounds.
Okay, so the boar's like bucking like mad, like trying to get you off, but you're holding on with your knees like right behind its like ears, just like, and it's like going nuts,
balancing. And,
yeah, you're like balancing, like you've got a hold of the ears. It's like getting pissed off now, but it finally bucks you off, and you make like a full front flip and like land. Yeah. And just like, duh. And now the ranger's like, okay.
Got the dice like,
Okay, he does not pass his animal handling check because the boar's pissed now. The boar's like, how dare he? But if he could talk. So
yeah, follow that.
and immediately he gets on the board. The board doesn't even. The board like basically like charges him and like punts him out of the ring. Like, and he gets caught by the crowd. But like he didn't even get a chance to get on. He's like, well. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our events for the night. Good show, young sir. Again, bartender, drinks for that man for the rest of the night. And I assume since you're out of town, with your table's great prowess, I will offer you rooms for the night as well, for free.
I like the sound of that. Thank you
and
very
he
much.
like with like a flourish, he like flips his cape and like goes back like behind the curtain, and the bars come back up, and the room goes back to normal. And everyone's like, people are coming up and like clapping you guys on the back. They're buying your rounds, and then finally, as you're getting towards the end of the night, a man walks up, and he's like, "Excuse me, sirs, I couldn't
How
help it."
long has this been? Depending on just like.
It's been like probably like I'd say like the events were like every hour. You guys have probably been here like 4 or 5 hours. It's like about like 9 o'clock.
Okay, so I haven't been drinking for a couple hours, so I'm a little bit more.
So it's been a couple hours, so you're sobered up a little bit, but you're still you're still buzzing.
Okay.
Like you're not like stumbling.
I'm not like
drunk.
I'm not like making an ass of myself still. All right, cool.
Yeah. So this man, like, he's kind of like looks a little timid. He's like kind of like looks like a villager type person. He walks up and, "Excuse me, sirs."
Yes, come sit.
I couldn't help but notice you seem to be of the adventuring sort.
Oh, hold on. Are you? Should I kiss you as a greeting? Is that how we do it?
Please don't. I was wondering if you could assist me with a problem our village has been having.
Yes, quite.
Yes. So it seems that our village has been stricken. Our crops have withered. Our livestock are standing in the fields like stick figures, and we haven't had rain almost this entire season. Our local mage thinks that a curse might be upon this land, and I couldn't help but hear that you may be headed. One of you saying you may be headed to Candlekeep.
Yeah, yes, we are headed to Candlekeep. You said your crops. I know a lot about crops. Have you thought about watering them?
I don't think you understand, sir. We haven't had much rain, and we haven't had barely enough rain to feed ourselves, let alone water our crops.
That's probably your problem.
Didn't we come in the rain?
Right.
He's not local. He's traveled to this village. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That makes much more sense.
Let me get this straight. You want to pay us to do a rain dance for you?
No. Our local mage, sir.
I don't know how to do a rain dance. I don't.
Neither do I, Murph.
I don't think they work.
He's determined that our lands have been cursed, and that we should seek aid from a sage named Matrius who resides at Candlekeep. He has some knowledge of curses.
So you want us to get him for you?
Yes, if you please could consult him and ask him what's been going on. See if he can...
Okay. This is the back of one of his papers that looks very, maybe important. Can you write?
I have, yes. Very.
Not you, the little one. Who has
I have. Oh, wait. What are you? Why? That page is mine. I have blank paper in my bag.
Good idea. All right. Yes. If you can write down the name, where you are, closest road you're to. We'll put in a word for you. Or what you got on you?
I'm afraid I don't have anything to offer, but I'm sure that we could come up with something in order to reward you for your troubles.
Great, and I owe you. All right, so just sign your name on this piece of paper saying you'll pay us. That way it's documented.
Yes,
so we can...
yes, of course. Thank you, sir, so much. We may not even last the winter with how the point where our stores have gotten. And I lost the name of the guy. My name is Devin Poutine.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Devin.
So, Devin Poutine.
Where are you? Where are you from? What is the name of your town?
From the town of Allendale.
That place is shit. I've heard of it. It's a horrible place.
That's the first name I could think of. I'm sorry.
It's the worst place I've ever heard of.
but it's spelled Alindale.
Okay, so they're not Flyers fans. All right, that's fine.
I won't help you. Your town is full of evil.
Go away. First name I could come up with. Sorry, I didn't think that far. So you guys accept the quest, so to speak. And yes, you have a letter signed by Devin Poutine to go in search of Matrius to lift the curse on the town.
Is he leaving, or is he still sitting with us?
No, he's still sitting. I guess he kind of like goes, "Thank you so much again, young sirs. I was like, allow me to buy you around." And
Oh, don't worry about that. We got
No.
rounds all night.
Fine on that. But one question: we're so close to Candlekeep right now. What prevents you from going there? You came this way, and you're like, "I'll stop at the bar," and that's it.
Well, you see, we have need of, in order to enter Candlekeep, you must have some sort of knowledge or something to actually
Right,
enter
hold on.
the place.
And I pull out a copy of one of my pieces. I'm like, there you go.
Murph.
But it's just a regular flower.
But if he can do it himself, then he doesn't need to pay us.
Give me that back. Put it back in my drawer. I'm sorry. Never mind. I apologize. We'll take care of it for you.
He's learning.
I'm learning. I was poisoned today.
Yes, I saw you made such an impressive display against Bob. He's never been beaten before.
Well, Bob didn't grow up in a garden of weird poisonous flowers with his not mom. So
So that's pretty much it for the evening. Obviously, the sort of party continues. You guys want to have anything else you wish to do for the rest of the evening? Your rooms are paid for. There's enough people around to buy you drinks for the rest of the evening. All that jazz.
I am
Are we
ready.
still
to go.
segregated by whether or not we're in town or not?
So yeah, so after the events are concluded for the night, actually, there's like basically the bar kind of like magically like turns into a horseshoe bar. So like all of a sudden like there's a way to go to either side, so everyone can kind of mingle.
I go to bed.
Okay.
I look for the prettiest individual.
Okay.
Who in the bar is incredibly pretty?
Let's see. I'm gonna pick a name. I have this. If anyone's wondering, I have this. Anyone who's watching is wondering, I have this book that. I found this at Joanne's. Actually, I've seen it in a bunch of other places, but it's for people who aren't as experienced as certain others and aren't as good at improv. It's the Game Master's Book of Random Encounters. It has this whole tavern adventure came from this book. It's got like all kinds of names and stuff. But I've been using it. It's been very helpful. So you see as you go around. You see a rather buxom young blonde has a lot of attention around her as she sits at the bar. I'm a little worried about what Brian's going to do.
Yes, you should be.
He's just going to give her his standard Asimar greeting. He didn't say no.
Is that what you do?
Oh, do you ask me what I do?
Yeah. What do you do? Sorry, I was just reading the comment that we had.
Okay. I go over to her.
Okay.
And I kiss her on both cheeks. And I say, I wanted arm wrestling.
Yeah, it's achievements, the replacement for personality.
Give me a charisma check. A persuasion check with disadvantage.
Extreme advantage.
All right.
She swoons.
That's a 4 and a 6. So the 4 is the 1. And you said charisma?
Yes.
So it's a 7.
Okay. She looks at you and she looks up and down. And she like slaps you across the face. She's like, I have a boyfriend, thank you very much. That's assault.
And I look to the table and I pick up the salt sugar and I said, that's assault.
She dismisses you and turns away.
And now I'm very confused. I'm like,
Gideon, remember when I told you that kissing eventually will get you punched in the face? You got off lucky.
and he ponders this for a moment.
Have a beer.
Is it like assault?
No, it's that's an article and a noun. Assault is the act of placing hands on somebody when they don't want it. So, a little different. Have a beer.
And I have a beer.
Is that it for the evening, gentlemen? Or
I say a quick prayer before I go to bed. To share 9.
Okay.
And I'm like, milady, how'd I do on my first day? I hope I did all right. And then that's it. Then I just fall back in bed and go to sleep.
I was going to ask if you've heard from your goddess before or not.
According to it, he just heard from her. She is the reason he is going to Candlekeep.
Yeah. So
she has not spoken to him ever until this one time, and she's
like a grave goddess, right? She's like a nature. Yeah. Okay. Like a life and death. The circle of life.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For this time, give me a religion check.
To be fair, Murph is not expecting any response.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Oh wow, 22.
Okay. What's your modifier on that?
That's a +3.
Okay. All right. So this time, you don't hear anything. Obviously, to get a direct message from a guide, you kind of need a roll. But for this time, you don't hear anything.
Okay. And then I am going to go to bed.
You hear rain tapping against the window, and the wind briefly picks up, but nothing beyond that.
Okay. Yeah, I hope I've only heard from her once, and so my hope is that I have because she spoke to me in a dream.
Okay.
And so I think that's how it's done. Okay. So I'm hoping to dream about it. I'm very positive.
Yeah.
And I go to sleep.
Okay. Brian, Gideon, Mop, what are you guys up to? Going up and kissing random ladies at the bar.
So before Murph goes up to bed, can I make a stealth check to swindle a page of paper?
From where?
From his research, all laying out on the table.
I'm pretty sure.
They're in the bag.
Yeah, he packed it up.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. I mean, you can say that you like may have. Can I get a stealth check to see if you did that beforehand? I'll allow retroactive.
Do I need to have a passive perception, or do I do a perception check, or is it just?
Let's say what's your passive with perception? Okay.
How much was that?
His passive wisdom is 15.
Okay, I rolled a 14 to grab the paper, which means he probably noticed it.
Yeah. So you would have noticed that he took a piece of paper. Did you care, Murph, or were you too drunk to care? You're just taking like a blank page, right?
Yeah, it was just a blank page. I wasn't stealing the stuff.
Oh, it wasn't a written one. If it was a blank page, I was scared. As I would be walking upstairs, I'm like, you could just ask for paper next time.
So, what Mom's gonna do is he's gonna put all of his stuff in the room. He's probably gonna like rustle about the bed sheets a bit. He's gonna take pieces of paper and he's gonna place them in between the door frame and the door.
Mm-hmm.
So that if somebody opens it during the night, he knows it's been opened.
Mm-hmm.
He's then going to, I'm going to try to climb out the window and then sleep in the stable.
Okay.
Oh, good. We have weirdos in the party. Like,
I mean,
super weirdo.
Weird party.
This is a very weird party.
A very weird party.
That out. Yeah, there's no reason you can't do that. I mean, you're gonna get weird looks from the stable boy that sleeps in the stable, but.
Didn't you get a free room? Can't you go fuck yourself? Shut up.
If there's a stable boy, I'll try to enter undetected and maybe like be in the loft or something. I'm not gonna like announce my presence or anything.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can.
I'm here to weirdly sleep in the stable.
It's not like it's guarded or anything.
Yeah. I rolled an 18 to sneak in the stable.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. Gideon, do you make any more attempts at romance for the night?
Not to be weird, I'm sleeping here tonight. Oh, okay.
Hey, just paid for. You got a room, but just don't want to be there. Just really want to be next to the horses.
All my stuff. Time to sleep in the stable.
I go up to the guy who I arm wrestled.
Mm-hmm. It's like he looks at you and he's like, I don't know how you did that, friend, but I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not used to being beat at that game, so well played. Oh god, he can't even say it.
Oh no, I just had the idea.
I'm actually scared now.
I am worried.
When Brian breaks character, you're like, oh shit. I cast Mage Hand to jerk him off. What?
I'm not used to these customs, so I'm going to try to phrase this in the way that it was told to me that I should. May I assault you?
I fucking warned you, Ben. I fucking warned you what it's like to DM for Brian. Welcome to the group.
It's a slow burn, but
he looks back and there's like a table of buff dudes, like ranch hands, like farmers, like big beefy guys. He's like, you want to fight me?
No, does that... Oh god, is that what that means?
Yeah.
I have much to learn still. And I turn and I just...
You're about to get jumped by a...
Can I get a perception
Party
check?
ever!
All of you are so socially awkward. Holy shit. I thought Ticto and Edward were bad.
There's just there's like 3 autistics trying to navigate a bar. And like Brendan's their handler with agoraphobia. I can't be inside. Oh my god, I love it.
So 18 total?
18. Yeah, so you hear this, he's like, man, those adventure types are good, but they are weird. So like you hear that the blacksmith dude muttering it to his like table of buddies.
That's when I go up to the.
You go up to your room. All right. No, you're done with the shenanigans for the night. So you guys awaken in the morning. Nothing happens after this point. I guess the only one that has to make any kind of weird preparations in the morning is Mop.
Yeah.
I pray. I pray for my spells.
Okay.
In the morning, can I check the saddle bags of the horses and see if there's any that have any sigils of like the Order of the Flaming Fist or any knightly orders and that sort of thing?
Sure.
Okay. Signs that you may be on the run.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my investigation bonus.
Okay.
It's a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you don't find anything in this case. Obviously, like you're in a bit of a rush because you know that there's like the other dude like sleeping in the stable.
Yeah.
And you don't find anything. There's nothing of note really. So.
Okay.
Obviously, like you probably would have noticed if there was any kind of like knights in the bar. So there's that as well.
Okay. I'm going to slip back up to my room and see if anyone has been in there.
Mm-hmm.
Check the paper. If no one has, get my stuff.
Yep, there's nothing in the room. The papers remain undisturbed. Yeah, everything's good. Okay. You guys come down. I guess, does anyone, other than Joel said that he did his preparation, his spell prep in the morning. Gideon, do you do anything, any morning ritual or anything like that?
Yes, absolutely. I rise with the sun and I just kind of like meditate on today's I'm sorry, on the previous day's findings, on all the strange customs I learned and
what position,
all the things that like I should keep in mind for today.
Are you praising the sun, or are you like just doing a normal meditation stance? I'm just curious.
I will be in the sunlight, but I will not be praising it.
Okay, cool.
If only he could be as grossly incandescent.
Praise the sun. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, it's an old meme, sir, but it checks out. Yeah, so yeah, you do that, and then I assume you guys meet up. Are you going to head on your way, or I guess you didn't necessarily talk about if you're going to journey together or not?
I will be at the table because I would have gotten up first.
Okay.
I would have gotten up. I would have gotten up early, but I would have come straight down. No sun worshiping.
Okay.
And I'm at the table, and I have gotten breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Which is predominantly like I don't have any like meat or eggs, but I do have like fruits and cheeses, and I'm eating that. I'm like, oh, good morning. Would you like fruit or cheese?
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to immediately just like exploit that he offered it and just start like wolfing it down.
The bartender like clocks this and is like, after you guys' performance last night.
When you start eating it, I was like, one of those might have been poisoned.
I don't buy it.
Shit. They weren't. I was just trying to be dangerous.
So listen, Murph.
Yeah.
You got a horse?
No, I have feet.
Well, at least you got breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. The bartender clocks that you like took his meal. And he brings another plate out and puts it in front of Murph, and he's like, after
your performances, your collective performances last night. I made enough tips to last me a week. You could have just, you didn't have to take his food, buddy.
He offered.
I did offer.
Did he offer you the whole plate?
I don't like strawberries. I was going to leave them.
No, I offered him food. I didn't say a quantity. But no, you're correct. You can have some, not all. I want the strawberries and the bananas.
I suppose I'll leave the peach pits for you. They're adequately toxic for your needs.
The bartender's like,
You can't eat.
the bartender's like gonna like walk away, and you faintly hear "fucking adventurers."
But when nobody's looking, I will pocket all the peach pits.
Gideon, are you down there at this point, or?
Yeah, I come down and I look at them and I go, M and M. Did I hear that you're both going to Candlekeep?
We are going to Candlekeep, and apparently we have a mission from last night.
Business opportunity. Business opportunity.
Oh, but that did happen, right? I didn't imagine it while I was poisoned.
No.
Even though you had no idea, no concept of like blackouts or hallucinations from drinking.
No, but remember, I was raised crazy religious too. Like,
Yeah.
I had my parents who were whatever they were, and then I was raised with the Dream Weaver. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm all about thinking like that's how you communicate. Like that shit happened.
They withheld from you the secrets of libation.
Yeah.
What is libation?
It's what you did last night. You
I libated.
That sounds dirty for some reason. Anyway,
So it's not libations are not poison.
So you guys head on, finish your breakfast. You head on your way, or?
I'm ready to go. I am excited to go to Candlekeep and start looking through the libraries.
Yeah.
No offense to this weird Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thing they got going on every night, but the sooner we hit the road, the better.
Mm-hmm. I also realized you guys could be MGM Studios.
And we're
No! Every time you do that, it fucks up your audio. So you guys travel. It's not a long trip to Candlekeep, but there are like tales of like monsters and bandits and stuff along the road there. But it seems like the rain is past. It's a nice sunny day, and you make your way to Candlekeep. So as you approach. You approach what is called the Lion's Gate, and sorry, I'm trying to find the map page. I wanted to see if I had anything to describe it with, but I don't think I do. You see a large gate as you go up this road up to Candlekeep, and you see. Basically, these enormous double gates. It's walls like 100 feet high, with this giant gate in it, with two lions on either side, like looking like sort of like guarding it. And then in front of it,
as I see it, Murph is like a giant stone head of just juts out of the ground.
So these gates.
Sorry.
These gates are about 20 feet high. They're made of like this black metal that's like sort of like wrought and like twisted together, and they have the sigil of Candlekeep on the front of it. So there's one of them is open currently because it's during the day. The other is shut, and in front of it you see 5 purple-robed priests standing in front of it as you approach. And one of them steps forward and is like, "Greetings, travelers. Have you brought the? I see you wish to enter our humble library. What have you brought as your payment to gain entrance?"
I look and and I'm rummaging through my bag, and I take like a tube that I've had with me that I just keep my papers in, and I take out all the blank papers and I put in like the three or four pieces of a flower that the notes I've been taking, and I'm like, I have notes of moonflower grown plants that I have curated with my how do you say not mother?
I see.
May
I review them? May we review them, please?
Yes.
Yes. He's gonna take the notes from you, and he's gonna turn around and sort of circle up with his with the other four priests, and they're going to kind of review them. He's like, it takes a little while, but they turn back.
While they're talking, I turn to the other. I'm like, do you have anything for them? Do you have a book? Do you have a book? Or you have a book? Do you have a book? Or paper or knowledge or something?
You know what? I think I do.
Oh, okay. Then
yes. And then another two other priests break off from the discussion to talk to the two of you, and he's like, what have you brought? And he's speaking to Gideon, and then the other one's speaking to Mop. I don't care what order you guys talk in.
I have brought to you this poster. It comes from a distant land, and it details a convention of sorts. A gathering of those who worship the blade.
I see. May I see this poster? I honestly thought you were about to bring a prop out, so...
Oh, I mean, if you want me to grab it, I can.
He just pulls out a Magic the Gathering poster.
Come on, Billy. I swear, I thought you were about to reach for something, so...
Please be an actual movie poster for Blade.
If it is, I'm gonna...
Here we go. Prep time involved with this one.
Well, we motioned for you to go on.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then the other priest is speaking to you.
So, this is a workbook on tumble key locks and how to pick them. I've gotten pretty good at it, so I guess you can take it.
He kind of gives you a side eye, and he's like, "We'll review it." And then it looks like Brian has his poster ready.
Oh, here we go.
So, looks at it and he's like, "Ah,
oh, wow! It's a literal sword and shield."
He's like, "Oh my!
Oh, that's means the mighty."
Yeah.
This is Forgotten Realms. This
grabs it and he's like, "Oh my! Yeah. We didn't think any of these survived."
Annual dance off.
Minotaur wrestles.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wasn't Minotaur Wrestles Giant the name of that band that we had in one of our ridiculous campaigns? That fan-fucking-tastic.
Crazy murder hobo.
Oh my.
That's great.
He takes it and he's like, "Oh my, we didn't think any of these were preserved. This was a historic event. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, of course you'll be free to go. Or do you wish to wait for your companions?"
I'll wait.
Okay. And then
I'm going to be a little put out because I put an extraordinary amount of effort into compiling.
His is a collectible. Yours is they might have the knowledge
I don't understand collectibles.
Yeah. So, yeah, obviously, but I'm just explaining to the group. He takes the book and he's like, from you, Brendan, and you can assume this guy's kind of like the senior of the group of 5 that are there, and he kind of thumbs through it a little bit, and he's like, and he looks at it for a little bit longer, and he thumbs through it more, and he's like, he looks at you, and he's like, the only time we've seen even pieces of this was information from the pocketers.
Yeah, it's got the new 5 tumbler pins, you know, the ones that they use for guild halls and stuff. You just got to apply the right pressure on all of them, and you can get the plate up. And yeah,
I see. And then as he finishes like looking through it, the other guy that took your notes, Murph, comes back and he says, "Yes, this is some impressive information on cultivation of very difficult to care for herbs and flowers. This is an excellent donation to the library, sir." And then
Might I be able to visit said library pertaining to special plants?
it's possible. You are as part of your entry, you will be assigned a sort of guide. You aren't able to at this juncture enter the main library itself, but you will be assigned a guide that can help you with your needs.
Oh, and I will be able to select where I go. So I'm very interested in growth and things of that nature.
You will be able to request tomes at this juncture, and that you will be able to review. Now, what I do need to review with you is the rules of our library. It's important you follow these, or you will be barred for the rest of your life from our halls. No fighting. Any argument must follow the rules of cordial debate and discussion. No stealing. And he sees the book that like Murph provided, and he gives you a hard look. He's like, no stealing. That's the entirety of the keep, not just the library. No copying. You may take notes while studying, but if you want a full copy, you must pay to have the manuscript created. And finally, no damaging, mocking, or otherwise modifying the works that you choose.
Can we copy them?
No copying. You may take notes. You can pay to have copies made.
So I could take notes of the book as long as they are not exact wording of the book.
Correct. Now, at this point, you will be. It's like, I see your guide is arriving now. And you see a very prim and proper, straight-backed moon elf walk up and is like, "Greetings, honored sirs. I see that you have provided tribute. I have been assigned to be your guide for your stay here."
And what, pray tell, is your name, sir?
My name is Vushadi Moonriver.
I will say, blessings of Sharanine, and may the moon illuminate the path under your feet. And I will bow.
He looks at you and he inclines your head. You honor our customs. So
I think.
Thank you. And he guides you in. And as you I forgot how I'll provide a map of sort of like the main court of Candlekeep at a later time, but we are I saved it, but I can't remember where I put it. So I'll send that to you guys later. Oh, I remember how to do that. No, I don't. We'll worry about that later. So you walk into this courtyard, and then Vushadi, he says, and now you can see you guys proceed into the courtyard. You see you have entered the Court of Air, and you see at the other end of the courtyard is a very like ornate set of emerald gates. He's like, for this time, or it's a very ornate emerald door, should I say, with a mage standing guard in front of it. It's like, over here is the bath and steam house. He gives you a sort of tour around. There's a inn known as the Hearth. There's a house of rest, which serves as an inn. There's a temple to the god of knowledge, Agma, as well as smithy and stables, and a house of binder where you may request copies be made of documents. And then up on the northern side of the courtyard is a bunch of like towers, and those are the pillars of pedagogy where you may request boarding and where you may review works of literature that you so choose. Might I suggest you start your journey off at the Hearth? It is a very good ale, and I'm sure you've traveled quite far to get here. So it's about noon, by the way, at this point. So.
But how long are you guys planning on staying here?
However long she requires me to be here for.
And you, other side of my conscience?
I am interested in these lands. I've heard that they've had many maps here that can give me greater context into the curvature and beauty of these lands.
Who am I?
Okay.
And he just kind of like turns
Why
the
is
map
it whenever you
sideways
say-
and it like unfolds a little bit? Like,
How is it that you, like, with every sentence from your
You
mouth?
make everything feel so creepy.
I mean, I kind of agree with both of you, but in a much less creepy way. So maybe they need a
It's very creepy the way you say things.
did you notice though? I thought you would be proud of me.
Oh, you didn't kiss anybody.
I didn't
you
assault him.
You didn't assault him. Yeah, we got into Candlekeep. That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It's learning.
So at this point, we're kind of getting close on time, or is everyone kind of done at 6:30, or we can continue, or I know you
Gentlemen, if you would like to retire with me to the hearth, I'd like to tell you about tabletoploot.com.
All right. What about tabletoploot.com?
It is a place that I have heard of on my travels. Some magical, mystical place where you can pay to have dice delivered to you anywhere in the continental U.S., as far as I know. For only $25 a month, you can get minimum of 4 sets of dice delivered to your door with no hidden fees. Cancel any time, and every set of dice of theirs is absolutely gorgeous. I purchase with them all the time, and in fact, you too can purchase with them, and by using the code NOL15 at their website, you can get 15% off any set of dice from their site that you like. It is quite magical.
Sparkles. Yeah, so with that, we'll probably end our session here. We'll continue our adventures next week as our adventures have arrived in Candlekeep. And we, as always, check out our social medias. They'll be posted after in the next slide. And we'll be back on Monday with, have we chosen a topic, guys? Or is that to come?
We have not
Yeah.
chosen a topic.
Does Brian have a topic? He's reaching for something.
Oh no, sorry, I was checking something. I mean, I can have plenty of topics.
I was assuming you're like reaching for something off the side of your chair that you're about to like bring out like a juicy morsel of like goodness.
Yeah, I did all sorts of things. Oh well, I guess I could.
Oh.
Ooh.
How do you guys feel about Cthulhu?
Ooh.
Yes.
We're gonna talk Cthulhu.
Let's talk about something that is difficult to get right in terms of gaming, or at least in my experience. Let's talk about the concept of madness, because I feel that there's a way to do it properly and a way that does it where it detracts from the enjoyment of the game.
Yes, I agree with this topic.
No, I'm already ready to talk, so I'm done. Quiet, I can already go on it.
So with that, we'll be meeting on Monday with the concept of madness in role-playing games, as well as we'll be back next Wednesday, where we'll be continuing this campaign. Thank you all for watching. Again, if you enjoyed what you saw and would like to continue this adventure with us, please give us a follow. And if you even like us even better than that, please give us a subscribe. Again, the audio of these episodes is going to be uploaded as a podcast, but you can catch us live on Twitch on Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll be back at 5 on Monday with our topic that was just discussed. And if you are willing to join our book club in the following week, we'll be covering Desperate Measures by Joe Clifford Faust. And again, thank you guys. Thanks everyone that watched. I highly enjoyed DMing this session, and I hope the players did too. And we'll see you.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I played. So
yeah. I've been Ben. This is Brian, Joel, and Brendan, and we'll see you on Monday.
Yes.